And then I heard a Metallica track in a car with a mate, and it was like the best thing I'd ever heard in my entire life, and all of a sudden I became this massive metalhead, and music started to make sense. But at no point during that did I start thinking to myself, where's the cake? Time to the bald a-hole here. Thank you for joining me as always. And you may have seen that title and may be questioning what the hell is going on, which is exactly how I felt when I heard about this article. But it came to us courtesy of the Daily Star, which is a newspaper over here in the UK, that said a study somewhere in the world, and as I've talked about 1,000 times before, you can literally find a study for anything, and if you needed more evidence, here it is. But yes, some kind of study was done that proved if you listen to metal music, you are more likely to eat a bunch of crap and be out of shape, whereas if you listen to classical music, you're more likely to want to have a salad and be super duper fit. Now, the reasoning behind this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, it is absolutely stupid, to the point we as a society are now going to such lengths to try and justify why we're overeating that we have brought music into the equation. The idea behind it is if you listen to metal music, which is all and I absolutely love it, your adrenaline's gonna go up and you're gonna be all revved and you're gonna be wanting to go. And because of that, you're then going to let loose in the kitchen and start eating cakes and chocolate bars and things like that. Whereas again, on the other hand, if you listen to classical music, which is all la 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 la, you're going to not feel that kind of stress. Your adrenaline is going to stay down, and therefore you will go and have a salad, or you'll go have some broccoli. I don't know, whatever the hell you have decided that healthy food should be. Now, the worst part is when they are talking about people that listen to classical music, they say their food choices will be more moderate and sensible. Whereas, yeah, if you're into the bum bum bum, you're just going to be a glutton, and you're going to take your face and you're going to throw it into a pile of cheese. Where is the basis to this? Where is the basis? Like, I've been listening to metal music for my entire life. I'll tell you a little quick story if you are so interested. All of my friends in school were listening to R&B and garage, and I was like, it's okay. You know, I don't think it's bad, but I'm not getting the same thing out of it that they are. And then I heard a Metallica track in a car with a mate, and it was like the best thing I'd ever heard in my entire life, and all of a sudden I became this massive metalhead, and music started to make sense. But at no point during that did I start thinking to myself, where's the cake?
Somebody please pass me the cake right now.
And this is doubly ridiculous because when I'm in the gym, what do I listen to? I listen to metal music, I listen to Motorhead, Metallica, Megadeth, whoever the hell you want to throw in there, Symphony X. And yeah, sure, it G's me up and it makes me work out a bit harder because we've talked about the power of music before. But when I'm in the gym and I'm trying to get in shape, it doesn't get in my head and go, when I go home, I'm going to eat a giant pizza. No, those two things never have come together. And I get everybody is different. I don't know what the sample size of this study was, but I would 100% bet that if you went through these people that listen to metal music, they were probably overweight before they even got into the genre. Because it just doesn't compute. And this is what I mean. This is why studies are absolutely ludicrous. And really, you need to base it on how you feel and how supplements or protein or whatever the hell you're putting in your body affects you. Because if you go by studies, right now, it was telling you if you like metal music, you should stop listening to metal music. Otherwise, you're going to be an obese, rotund person. That's nuts. That's like saying, hey, look, I've got a fake giraffe here. If you rub it on your face, like this, your bicep is going to grow by 72 inches. That's the same kind of logic as far as I'm concerned, in the sense there is no logic. Somebody just took fat people and then said, do you like this kind of music? They went, yes. Then they found classical people and they all went, yes. And they just pushed the dots together. That's not a study. That's being a jabroni. Now, amazingly, this actually made it to a TV show over here on Channel 5 called The Jeremy Vine Show. I'll be completely honest with you. I've never seen the Jeremy Vine Show in my life, so I don't know what their usual opinions or takes on these kind of things are. But I was like, well, I was going to watch it, and I will just show you some of the clips right now.
This is a little story that's quite interesting. It's kind of saying that what music you listen to will dictate your food choices. So they're saying that loud rock is linked to craving fatty foods. Whereas if you've been listening to maybe some classical music that's very soothing or some light jazz, apparently your brain will have the capacity to make more sensible, moderate choices.
In the middle, I'm kind of R&B pop, and that also doesn't make me want to have a salad. Nothing seems to make me want to have a salad.
So there you go, you got a bunch of people, none of them looked like they were super bodybuilders to me, and they all thought it was actually gibberish as well. And once again, you see why nobody gets in shape ever, is because that one woman was like, nobody wants to eat a salad. Like, a salad is the worst thing in the world. This is the real thing that we should be studying and getting into, the demonization of food. It's always about this is good and that is bad, or essentially what we're doing here, yeah, like chocolate is the greatest thing ever, whereas a lettuce leaf may as well be a murderer. I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And continuing on that trend, I started to go down, the Google rabbit hole, and I found this study about extra loud music does not inspire more intense workouts. Well, they say our study, there it is again, shows that lowering a music level not only does not decrease motivation, it actually pleases more of the people who go to the gyms and brings the sound down to levels that are safe. And this comes from Dr. Rona Hatsano from the University of Maryland School of Medicine, who also says that she has been shown previously that beats in music are more of a motivator during exercise than intensity of volume. Now, I am sure she has done the relevant things you do for this kind of study, but I will say right now, that's a bunch of poppycock. There have been so many times when I've been in the gym and I've been listening to music at a safe level, I kind of look left, look right, notice no one's looking at me, and I wham it up to 42, and because it's so loud and because it's getting in my veins and it's getting in my soul, all of a sudden I am more intense and I get an adrenaline burst. Now, could you argue that if I was still listening to it on half volume, I would get the same thing because I'm just enjoying the song? Yes, but I will fight you until the death to let you know that I believe that comes with volume as well. So there you go. I have just disproved this study based on my own experiences. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. But when you are getting down this road where you feel like, oh, because this thing I'm passionate about may be affecting my fitness, therefore I need to question it, it shouldn't even be put out there. The study should never have even been done, even if it is true. So you just better deal with it. You don't go and stop doing something you're passionate about in case you get fat, unless the thing you're passionate about is eating a bunch of chocolate cake. But you don't need to do that study because it stands to reason. If anybody ever releases a study that we gave 100 people a chocolate cake a day and by the end of it they're all fat, but like, what a waste of life. You're going to think about that on your deathbed. I remember that time we did that study, which was a gigantic waste of everybody's time. And look, I get it. Yes, you don't want to listen to your music too loudly because it can damage your ears, but I'm talking a one-off thing. Like when you go to a concert and you forget to bring earplugs, and for the next week all you hear in your head is and you think that you're dying and then realize, no, you're going to be okay. You just have a little bit of tinnitus. I can imagine there are some folk out there that do read this stuff and they do start getting worried about it. Maybe that's the reason that I'm fat. It's not. The reason that you're fat is because you're eating too much. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. It's not great for your health and it's not great for your overall well-being, and maybe it's not great for your mental health either. But stop equating X with potato, right? That's what you're doing. It's like me saying, I've got a pencil here and I'm going to use it to eat my food. Why don't you eat a fork? Well, I want to use a pencil. That's not what a pencil is for, and that's not what music is all about. I don't know why this wound me up so much, but it just seems like every day somebody else is just spouting utter crap, hoping they get some kind of reaction. And it's worked, because look at me. I'm sat here and I'm ranting and raving about it, but this stuff does affect people. And I know because I get messages about it. Like one person sent this to me just laughing their ass off, but like, this is why I made the video. But I got another one when someone's saying, this isn't true, is it, Simon? Because people are so scared. Everyone's so scared. If you are someone that has lost a terrific amount of weight and you've really put the time in, sort of 50, 60, 70 pounds, when it comes to starting to main gain or just find that middle part with your calories, there is so much intimidation that you're going to get it wrong, that you're going to put the fat back on, that you do start buying into everything, even absolute just lies such as this. And I can completely understand that, because of course, if somebody actually came to you and said, okay, you have to give up metal music forever and you'll never be fat again, you'd probably make that trade. You would probably do it, because I totally understand when you have gone through all that sacrifice and all that hard work, anything you can do to protect yourself is something that you're going to do. But just do not ever think that this is true. If it sounds like nonsense, it's nonsense. Calories in, calories out. Eat healthy food. Make sure you train hard in the gym. Make sure you're getting your cardio done. And that's it. The bit that sucks is that it takes forever. It's not going to happen in a week. It's not going to happen in a month. It's probably not going to happen in 6 months. Around about that year time, maybe then you start seeing some real significant changes. And that's going to be different to everyone. But if you go in with that mindset and you accept that it's going to take forever, then you're going to feel better. You're not going to be knocked off the horse. You're not going to feel like you're not achieving your goals, because you understand the goals are there. I've just got to keep going through to them. And maybe a great way to do that is to listen to music that I like in the gym. Now, on the other hand, if you want to justify why you are eating a bunch of cake to your partner or to your spouse or to your children or whoever, sure, then you can use it. You can be like, it's not my fault, it was the music. You can play James Hetfield from Metallica. When he played that Four Horsemen riff, I was just desperate to eat a cookie. But I can't believe how nuts that is. I can't believe we're even having this conversation. I can't believe we even got here. And I'm absolutely terrified to figure out what's going to be next. It's going to be like eating a tomato with pepper on every day will be so good for your heart, you'll be able to run for the rest of your life. And honestly, those words together, even though I did just make them up, they don't make any sense. So there you go. Music could be making you fat. Who knew? What a crazy thing to experience today. Now, please do like the video, share the video, subscribe, hit the bell, ding, ding, so you know when other videos are going live. Hopefully there's another video right there, right now. If not, it'll be there in a few seconds' time. Power 13 Cookbook. Use the link in the description and my code Simon15 for 15% off. Come say hello on SimonMiller316 on Instagram and Twitter. Patreon.com/Simon316 if you want to support me that way. That would rock. Also, Simon.BigCartel.com for merch. New stock coming soon. I have 2 t-shirts left to sell. Otherwise, listen to whatever music you want. It doesn't matter, and I'll see you soon.